Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today I would like to present our presentation for our subject HRM433 Principles of Human Resource Management. The date for our submission must be 29 August 2025 and we are from Group 4. So for the current issues, we choose to talk about the unpaid overtime issues in the food and beverage industry. First, let me introduce myself. My name is Muhammad Irfan Fakhruddin bin Muhammad bin Rashid and these are my team members. So, why we choose these issues? First, the food and beverage industry is known for being fast-paced and labor-intensive. It often depends on part-time workers, temporary staff, and migrant labor. However, the workforce frequently faces unpaid labor issues such as delayed wages, unpaid overtime, withheld tips, and the denial of legally required benefits. These problems are especially common in businesses with an informal employment practices or poor labor oversight. Workers in this setting may not have written contract and may not know their rights. As a result, many employees find themselves financially vulnerable and cannot hold employees accountable for wage violations. Unpaid labor in the F&B sector harms workers and damages the industry's sustainability and reputation. High staff turnover, low morale, and reduced service quality often follow unfair labor practices. Additionally, the lack of regulatory enforcement in some areas lets exploitative behavior continue unchecked. To build a fairer and more responsible F&B industry, it is crucial for employers, policymakers, and consumers to focus on ethical labor standards, enforce wage protections, and promote clear employment practices. So, without further ado, let's move on to the positive impact.
Next is positive impact if we resolving this issue. First is for employers. First is fair compensation. When unpaid overtime is eliminated, employees in the F&B industry finally receive fair compensation for the actual hour they put in. Many workers in this sector often work beyond their scheduled shift, especially during peak hour without receiving proper pay. By ensuring overtime is paid, workers can rely on more stable income that reflects the true amount of effort they contribute. This not only reduces financial stress, especially for lower income workers, but also help improve their overall financial security and quality of life. Employers will feel that their time and hard work are respected, which builds trust between them and their employers. Is better work-life balance. Another major benefit is the improvement of work-life balance. The F&B industry is well known for long and irregular working hours, and unpaid overtime often forces employees to sacrifice personal time without fair recognition. If the issue is addressed, staff will no longer feel pressure to work and less shift without reward. Without proper compensation and better management of overtime, they will have more time to rest, spend with their family, or pursue personal interests. This health balance reduces stress and burnout, allowing workers to return to work more refreshed, productive, and engaged. Next is the benefit for organization. First, improve employee retention. From the organization perspective, paying overtime fairly helps significantly reduce employee turnover. The F&B industry has one of the highest turnover rate because workers often feel exploited or undervalued when their extra hours are ignored. By ensuring fair treatment, employees are more likely to stay longer with the company, leading to a more stable workforce. This saves the organization from the cost and time-consuming process of constantly recruiting and training new staff. In the long run, retaining experienced employees also strengthens service consistency and operational efficiency. Next is better service quality. When employees feel fairly compensated and motivated, the quality of service naturally improves. In F&B, customer experience is everything. As staff who are overworked and unpaid over delivery poor service due to factor or harassment. On the other hand, employees who are certified or motivated provide friendly, more effective, and more efficient service. This directly enhances customer satisfaction, encourages repeat visit, and strengthens customer loyalty. For industries so dependent on customer experience, the improvement in service quality can become a key competitive advantage.
Thank you, Aina Safia, for the great explanation. So, now let's move to the negative impact. In Malaysia's food and beverage industry, unpaid overtime has serious consequences for employees. First, long hours and stressful conditions cause emotional exhaustion. Many workers feel burnt out, anxious, and disconnected, which lower performance and increase turnover. Second, irregular shift and extended working hours create work-life imbalance. Employees struggle to manage family or personal time, leading to stress and disengagement. Finally, unpaid overtime often leave workers feeling exploited and powerless. Some employers normalize it as part of the job, and younger or foreign workers may not know their rights under labor law, fearing retaliation if they speak up. This issue not only harm employees but also weaken the industry by driving away talents and creating a toxic culture. Addressing them is crucial for building a healthier and more sustainable workplace. Okay, now let's move to the negative impact to organizations. Unpaid overtime does not just harm employees, but it also weakens organizations, especially in the F&B industry. First, it will reduce productivity and service quality. Exhausted staff make more mistakes, deliver slow service, and may neglect safety or hygiene standards. In fast-paced F&B settings, this means wrong order, delays, and unhappy customer will hurting the company reputation. Second, it will drive high turnover. Workers who feel undervalued or overworked often leave for better opportunities. Constant resignation disrupt operations, lower morale, and increase costs for hiring and training. The cycle of replacing staff while others carry the workload makes service even worse. In short, unpaid overtime creates a toxic cycle, damaging both employees and their organization. To succeed, companies must manage workloads fairly and support staff well-being. So, Aina, what do you think about the solutions?
Okay, Wani, thank you for the question. So I think the solution for this issue is we can establishing clear overtime policies, embracing flexible work arrangement, and fostering a culture of appreciation. Now, what is establishing clear overtime policies? So here's the explanation. Companies should establish clear and transparent overtime policies because employees need to know how extra hours will be compensated. Under the Employment Act 1955, overtime must be paid at ordinary rate on weekdays and double the rate on the rest day or public holidays. Transparency in this area builds trust between employers and employees. Second solution is company can embrace flexible work arrangement. Options such as remote work, flexible hour, or compressed work weeks allow employees to manage their schedule better, reducing the need for excessive overtime. Flexibility also improves work-life balance, increasing satisfaction, and reduces staff turnover. And now the third solution. The third solution is employees must keep accurate records of working hours. The Employment Act 1955 specified that normal hours should not exceed 8 per day or 48 per week, and all overtime record must be kept at least 5 years. This can be done through manual system or electronic time tracking tools. And last but not least, solution for this issue is recognizing and appreciating employees for their hard work is equally important. Recognition program boosts morale, job satisfaction, and productivity. When employees feel safe, supported, and valued, they naturally perform at a higher level. To sum up the solution, I think, in my opinion, by ensuring transparency in overtime compensation, supporting work-life balance, keeping proper records, and valuing employees' contributions, company can create a positive workplace culture, and this lead to better morale, reduced turnover, and sustain organization success. And that's all from me, and thank you everyone for listening. Now, what do you think, Ana and Shira? Do you agree with me?
I agree with you right now. Let's go through with the conclusion. As we have seen, the issue of unpaid overtime in F&B sector is not a minor inconvenience. It is a pressing challenge that affects employee well-being, organizational sustainability, and even the industry reputation. Workers who put in long hours without fair compensation face burnout, poor health, and a broken work-life balance. This condition fosters a feeling of exploitation, reduced job commitment, and increased turnover in the chain. Over time, this doesn't just weaken individual employees, it weakens the entire workforce. The group most at risk are part-time staff, young workers and foreign laborers who often lack bargaining power and knowledge of their rights. Their vulnerability highlights how systemic exploitation can silently undermine the industry. If businesses continue down this path, they may face decline, service quality, high attrition, and long-term reputational damage. But this future can be changed. To move forward, companies must adopt solutions that go beyond merely compliance with the Employment Act 1955. A clear and transparent overtime policy must be in place to eliminate ambiguity. Digital timekeeping systems should be implemented to ensure accountability. Flexible work arrangements can help employees manage their personal and professional life more effectively. And more importantly, recognition and reward program must be prioritized to show employees that their contributions are truly valued. Ultimately, when organizations put the welfare of employees at the center, they are not just following the law, they are building a culture of respect, trust, and sustainability. A motivated, healthy, and loyal workforce will always be the strongest asset in a highly competitive F&B industry. So, the choice is clear. By treating time fairly and valuing people genuinely, we can move toward a future where both businesses and employees thrive together. That's all for us. Thank you.